There are moments when the veil between the seen and unseen splits, when you are reminded that you were not placed on this earth by accident. Virgo, your soul is no accident. You were crafted with precision, woven with threads that carry both burden and brilliance. These 9 divine blessings are not random gifts. They are assignments from heaven itself. Some of them you have doubted, resisted, even hidden. But the time for hiding is over. The world is shifting, and the blessings you carry are about to become the very keys that open doors for you and for those who can't walk through without you. Virgo, before you took your first breath, before the world knew your name, the heavens placed a particular light within you, a light that no storm could extinguish, no chaos could consume. This is your first divine blessing, sacred precision. It is not merely a skill, it is a covenant between you and the divine. While others wander lost in the noise of life, you see the lines of the map drawn in the dust. You sense the quiet pulse beneath disorder. You notice the single thread that, if pulled, could unravel the knot. This is why you've often felt the weight of noticing too much, of feeling the pull to fix, to organize, to set right. It's not compulsion, it's calling. You were given eyes that are tuned to see the architecture of things, even when it's hidden under rubble. And while others may call it perfectionism, the truth is far more sacred. God trusted you with the ability to read the divine blueprint, written beneath every mess, every failure, every dream. You have walked into rooms where tension was thick and invisible, and you have known exactly where to place a single word to release it. You have looked at tangled plans, broken systems, and worn-out hopes, and somehow, without knowing why, you knew where to begin. This is the power of sacred precision. It's the mind that knows that every detail matters, because every detail carries meaning. But here's the paradox: this blessing has also made you restless, because when you see the flaws in the foundation, it's hard to pretend the walls are steady. And when you see the steps that would lead to freedom, it hurts to watch others refuse to take them. You have felt the burn of holding the truth while the world insisted on its illusions. That ache inside you, it's not frustration alone, it's the pain of a gift not fully honored. Sacred precision demands courage, because it calls you to act in ways that may make you stand apart. It asks you to trust what you see, even when others cannot yet see it. And right now, more than any time in your life, this blessing is being sharpened. The universe is moving you into spaces where clarity will be your weapon and your protection. You will be the one to see the fracture before it becomes collapse. You will be the one to see the opportunity hidden in the confusion. And here is what you must know: sacred precision is not meant to make you cold. It is meant to make you exact in love, exact in justice, exact in the pursuit of what is real. This blessing is not here to pull you into endless correction of the small. It's here to prepare you for the divine corrections that shift the course of your life and the lives connected to you. You carry the rarest kind of clarity, the kind that doesn't just reveal the truth, but rearranges it into its rightful order. This is the first blessing, the one that unlocks the rest, and without it, the others cannot fully awaken. Virgo, the second and third blessings are bound together like breath and heartbeat, inseparable, each amplifying the other. The world has always felt this about you, even if they could never name it. Healing presence and unshakable discernment are the twin pillars that make you both sanctuary and seer. The healing presence is not a performance. It is not something you put on like a mask. It is the invisible warmth that flows through you simply because you exist. Strangers have confessed their wounds to you without knowing why. Friends have come to you not just for advice, but for the way their pulse steadies when you're near. You carry a frequency that tells the wounded part of another soul, you are safe here. And that, Virgo, is divine work. But this is not naive softness, because woven through your kindness is the third blessing, unshakable discernment. You do not heal blindly. You do not give recklessly. Your spirit has been fitted with a compass that refuses to point toward falsehood. You can read the subtle tremors in someone's voice, the flicker in their eyes, the way their energy shifts when they speak. You know when a yes is really a no, when a smile hides a fracture, when silence carries the weight of unspoken truth. This is why your healing cannot be faked, because you see beneath the surface. You have the power to identify what's really broken, not just what is being shown. And when you place your hands, physical or metaphorical, on that wound, you don't just soothe it, you treat it at its root. The world has healers who apply balm to the skin. You are the healer who reaches for the soul. But this blessing has not come without its cost. You have known the exhaustion of being the refuge for too many storms. You have felt the ache of giving to those who would take without gratitude, of pouring into vessels that had no intention of holding the water you offered. Your discernment has saved you from more heartbreak than you'll ever admit, and yet it has also made your world smaller because you cannot pretend not to see. Now the season is shifting. These two blessings are not just personal gifts, they are about to become your power in the larger story. You will walk into spaces where people are crumbling, and your presence alone will steady them. You will speak words that cut straight through the fog and reveal the truth like lightning splitting the night. And while others may resist that clarity at first, they will remember it because the truth burns, but it also heals. God did not give you healing presence so that you would drain yourself to keep others comfortable. He gave it so you could be a living reminder that some wounds are meant to be confronted, not coddled. And He did not give you unshakable discernment so you could live in suspicion, but so you could guard the gates of your heart and know exactly when to open them. These two blessings, when united, make you a rare kind of force, the kind that can love deeply without being destroyed, the kind that can give freely without being emptied, the kind that can see the darkness and still bring the light. And soon, Virgo, the world will need both from you at the same time. Virgo, the fourth and fifth blessings rise in you like the steady flame of an oil lamp in a night without stars. They are silent endurance and transformational service, the strength to keep walking when the path vanishes, and the power to turn even the smallest act of service into a life-altering force. Silent endurance is not simply survival. It is the art of carrying light through a storm without shouting for attention. Others may crumble when the wind howls, when the rain becomes knives against the skin, but you keep moving. Not because you feel no fear, but because something deeper than fear lives in you. The knowledge that surrendering to despair is not an option. You have walked through seasons that would have broken others beyond repair, and still you emerged perhaps quieter, perhaps more cautious, but unbroken. This blessing is the reason people underestimate you at first, because they mistake your stillness for fragility. But inside that stillness is the weight of mountains, the patience of stone, the refusal to let the storm write your ending. You endure not loudly, but completely, and that endurance becomes the foundation for your fifth blessing. Transformational service is the ability to make even the smallest offering ripple out like a wave that reshapes the shore. You could serve a meal, offer a listening ear, fix something broken, or speak one well-placed truth, and the person receiving it will not leave the same as they arrived. This is not because you are trying to change lives as some lofty mission. It is because the energy you carry while serving is alchemical. You don't just do the thing, you infuse it with intention, precision, and love that rewrites the person on a soul level. You've been this way since before you could name it. As a child, you may have been the one to notice who was left out to make space for them without calling it out. As an adult, you've been the one who takes care of things no one else sees until they're fixed. You've been the quiet architect of miracles in other people's lives, often without them even realizing it was you who planted the seed. But here's the truth: the world doesn't tell you. Your endurance and service are not meant to be endless drains of your energy. They are weapons, Virgo, holy tools. When used with intention, they can dismantle injustice, rebuild what has been shattered, and turn the tide in battles no one thought could be won. And right now, the divine is sharpening those tools in you. In the days ahead, you will be placed in a situation where others are ready to give up, and it will be your refusal to fall that changes everything. You will do something small, almost invisible to the outside world, and yet it will shift the entire course of events. That is the quiet, devastating power of silent endurance, paired with transformational service. This is why God gave you these blessings, so that you could be the one who keeps the torch lit when every other light has gone out, and so that when you use that light to serve, it becomes the spark that sets the whole horizon ablaze. Virgo, the 6th and 7th blessings live in the deepest chambers of your soul, and together they make you unstoppable in ways the world rarely understands. Alchemical mind and unerring devotion, the power to transform pain into wisdom, and the unbreakable loyalty to guard what matters, even when it costs you everything. The alchemical mind is a furnace that burns inside you. It takes the raw material of your life, the mistakes, the betrayals, the disappointments, and instead of leaving them as scars, you transmute them into gold. Not the kind you wear, but the kind you become. You do not allow hardship to rot in you. You digest it, break it down, extract its meaning, and turn it into knowledge that can build futures. You have been through experiences that could have hardened you into someone cold, but instead, you became someone sharper, wiser, more dangerous in the best way. Your mind doesn't just remember pain, it studies, it learns its language, and figures out how to make it serve your purpose. That is why people cannot keep you small for long. You will always find the lesson, always find the way to evolve higher than the force that tried to keep you down. And then there is unerring devotion, the 7th blessing, and one of your most feared by those who underestimate it. When you choose to stand with someone or something, your loyalty becomes a fortress. You don't love halfway, you don't commit lightly. But once your heart is in, you defend with a force that shocks even you. It's why those you've truly loved, even if they lose you, never forget you, because they will never again feel that kind of fierce, unwavering presence. Your devotion is not blind. This is where it differs from others. You will walk away when a line is crossed that violates your truth. But if someone honors that truth, you will be their anchor in a world that's constantly shifting. You will go to war for them without being asked. You will bear the weight that would break their back. You will guard their name when they're not in the room. These 2 blessings, the mind that turns trials into treasure, and the heart that defends with relentless loyalty, make you a force that can rebuild what others have declared unsalvageable. And in the days ahead, these gifts will be tested in a way that feels both personal and cosmic. You may soon find yourself in the middle of a conflict where betrayal is thick in the air, where something precious is under threat. And while others panic, you will not only stand your ground, you will find a way to flip the entire situation so that what was meant to harm becomes the very thing that empowers you. That is alchemy. That is devotion, weaponized by love and guided by truth. God gave you these blessings not so you could live a life free of pain, but so you could become the one who masters it. You are the proof that nothing given to you by the world, no wound, no loss, no betrayal, can ever outweigh what heaven placed inside you. Virgo, the 8th blessing, is one of the rarest treasures a soul can carry, and it is perhaps the one that confuses the world the most when they try to understand your power. Sacred humility, the ability to lead without needing to be crowned, to hold influence without seeking control, to wield power without demanding recognition. In a time when so many chase titles, applause, and the illusion of authority, you move differently. You know that true power is not in the throne, but in the one who can walk away from it without losing their worth. This humility of yours is not weakness. It is not timidity. It is the silent authority of someone who knows they do not need to prove what they already are. When you walk into a room, you do not have to announce yourself for your presence to be felt. You do not have to shout to be heard. You carry a grounded energy that tells others, consciously or not, that you know who you are. And because of that, they instinctively trust you. They follow without even realizing they're following. But sacred humility is not passive. It is strategic. You know when to step forward and when to step back. You know that the ego's hunger for constant validation is a trap that drains purpose. While others are busy trying to be seen, you are busy seeing, noticing what is missing, what needs to be done, what truth must be spoken. And often, by the time others realize it, you have already moved the pieces into place. This blessing protects you from the poisons of arrogance and self-delusion. It keeps you rooted when praise comes and when it vanishes. You cannot be swayed by flattery nor destroyed by insult, because your identity was not built on either. This is why you have an uncanny ability to work with powerful people without becoming their shadow, and why in the end they often lean on you more than they lean on anyone else. Yet this humility has sometimes made you invisible to those who lack the vision to see what you carry. There have been moments when your contributions were overlooked, your name left unspoken, your role underestimated. But that invisibility was not punishment, it was protection. It kept you from being dragged into battles that would have drained your spirit before the right time. And now, Virgo, the right time is approaching. Soon you will find yourself in a position where others expect a fight for control, but instead you will disarm the entire situation by refusing to play their game. You will rise without grasping. You will win without needing the victory to be announced. And that quiet, certain grace will leave a deeper mark than any public triumph could. God gave you sacred humility so you could be entrusted with influence that will never corrupt you, because you are the leader who does not need the throne to rule. And when the world finally sees that it will be too late for them to put you back in the shadows, your light will already be shaping the future. Virgo, this is the 9th blessing, the one heaven rarely grants, and when it does, it is only to those who have carried every other gift with honor. The breathless gift, command over fate. It does not appear with thunder. It does not come with flashing signs. It awakens in silence the moment you realize that life is no longer something merely happening to you. Somewhere along the way, you have crossed an invisible threshold. You are no longer just walking the path, you are shaping it. You are no longer waiting for doors to open. You are deciding where the walls go. This blessing is not about controlling every detail of life. It is about alignment so perfect, so absolute, that the currents of destiny bend toward you instead of you chasing them. It is the rarest form of authority, spiritual gravity, the kind that draws opportunities, people, and events into your orbit, because the universe recognizes that your hands will not waste what they are given. You have already felt the beginnings of it, though you may not have named it. That uncanny way your thoughts have become magnets for reality. The way a decision made in your spirit begins to ripple outward, shaping circumstances that others call coincidence. This is not coincidence. It is command. It is the divine's way of saying, I trust you to move the pieces now. And yes, this blessing will shock you, because for so long you have lived as if you were responding to life's waves, bracing against storms, adjusting your sails to survive. But this blessing does not make you a sailor anymore. It makes you the tide. And tides do not ask permission. They move with certainty, reshaping everything they touch. But here is the warning. Command over fate is not given for selfish gain. If used from ego, it will dissolve. If used from love, it will multiply beyond anything you could imagine. This is why it was the last blessing, because only now are you strong enough, wise enough, and pure enough to hold it without breaking yourself or others. In the coming season, there will be a moment, a single decision that will test this gift. You will be given the choice to alter not just your path, but the path of someone else. It will feel as though time holds its breath around you, and when you choose, the world will rearrange itself accordingly. That is how you will know the gift is here. Virgo, this is your prophecy 9. Divine blessings woven into your bones, each one a step toward this final breathless moment. You were crafted for more than survival. You were crafted for influence that cannot be stolen, for a legacy that will outlive your name. And now, the closing call. Listen not with your ears, but with the soul that brought you here. If these words have stirred something ancient within you, guard it, walk with it, let it grow in silence until it is unshakable. You do not need to announce what is awakening, the world will feel it soon enough.